you walked in to the gas station, did you recognize who was working that particular night?
Yes,
Who?
it was Jessica.
And when you walked into the gas station that night, was Jessica alone?
No,
Who else was there?
Jeffrey Willis.
Now, had you known Mr. Willis at all prior to this?
No,
Had you ever met him before?
no,
Had you ever seen him before?
no.
What makes it so sure in your mind that it was Mr. Willis?
Because he looked right at me, because I was having a conversation with Jessica about her being there by herself at night. And that I'd have, you know, if I was her, I'd have her husband or boyfriend or whoever come down and stay with her last hour to make sure she was all right. And she said, he turned around, looked at me and said that she got her customers looking out for her too. And she, at that point, she sort of shook her head and like shivered. And something just wasn't right about the way she was acting.
So when you heard all the news the next day, you realized who was missing because you knew this person, right?
Yes,
And you had seen something suspicious the night before. So suspicious that you stuck around the Exxon station to watch, right?
just to make sure she was safe.
And you never called the police.
Well, I didn't know, I mean, that's why I sat there, so if anything happened, I could call the police.
But you didn't.
Well, nothing happened that night. He left. He looked right at me when he drove out.
But when you saw him on the TV, he had a beard, right?
Mhm.
You instantly knew that was the guy you saw 3.5 or whatever years ago at the Exxon station. So then you were so sure, you picked the phone up and you called the police and say, hey, three years ago, more than 3 years ago, I was in the Exxon station before the night of the abduction, and I saw Mr. Willis in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There were jealousy issues, right?
Correct.
You actually caught Jessica with a man at the gas station before?
I didn't catch her with him, she was talking to him, she wasn't doing anything physically with him or anything like that. I seen her talking to him, yes.
Okay. And that led to a confrontation at the Exxon station?
I kind of cussed him out, told him to get lost, yeah.
Okay. And how long before the disappearance was that?
A month and a half, maybe 2 months.
There were also issues with regard to drug use between the two of you?
I'm going to object to the relevance of that.
Your Honor, Ms. Heeringa had issues with substance abuse. I think it is relevant to this investigation. It caused a great deal of strain in her personal relationships, and it brings in possible explanations as to her disappearance.
Great, I'm going to overrule the objection, go ahead, you may proceed, but
So there are issues between the two of you regarding drug use, too, correct? For drug use?
We both had issues at the time, but yes.
Okay. Well, isn't it true shortly before her disappearance, you caught her with drugs, or found out she was using drugs?
Yeah.
You caught her with a second phone that you didn't know about, correct?
Well, I knew about it,
You did?
yes.
Then why did you smash it?
Because she was hiding it in the lining of her truck so she could, in her car, so she could talk to the drug dealer. I found the phone and found the drugs and flipped out and smashed the phone.
Let me know when you're ready, Susan, okay? Take your time. Take your time.
Hi.
Okay.
Tall, broad shoulders. I remember pretty hair.
remember the color?
The very blonde. It was like brown, but it was like pretty. Maybe mine stripe or streaks. He was wearing a bright orange or red shirt.
And do you recall, was it a white male or
White.
white male? Okay.
Picture, does that look consistent with the van you saw that night?
Yeah. As far as I know, vehicles.
Okay. People's Exhibit 11, does that look consistent with the car, the van you saw that night?
Yes.
and finally, People's Exhibit 12. Does that look consistent?
Yes.
Went inside the station, what'd you see?
There was nobody at the station at all. I went inside, hollered, hey, is anybody here? Nobody responded, and I proceeded to look throughout the store.
Did it look at all, if there'd been like a disturbance or a struggle inside the store?
Not at all.
Did, where in the store did you look?
I looked into the restroom, which was on the left-hand side. I looked behind the counter where there's an office. I went into the walk-in cooler, which was L-shaped, and I looked out back.
Okay. After you kind of did your own cursory inspection of the store itself, both inside and outside, what did you do?
I proceeded out to the front by the pumps and thought about leaving, but decided that it was best interest to dial 911.
Took the gas station to have all the lights on, background music playing. Everything appeared normal with the exception there was no employee on scene.
Now, were you able to, as you walked around the inside of the store, did it look as though there had been any kind of disturbance, like a struggle or a fight or anything of that nature?
No, I saw nothing of that nature.
And did you observe any personal belongings?
I did. I observed a jacket or a coat as well as a purse belonging to the employee.
Now, did you get an opportunity to, I guess, look inside the purse to determine who it might belong to or of that nature?
I really don't recall if I looked into the purse, if I did or another officer did, and that officer informed me.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, was a determination made as to whose purse that was?
Yes, it was the victim.
Jessica Heeringa?
Yes.
You said you spent some time in the back area of the gas station.
Yes.
In your, I guess, observations in the back area, did you discover anything that you felt might be of some evidentiary value?
I did.
What did you find?
I found 2 small batteries, like watch-sized batteries, a cover to a laser sight, as well as what appeared to be a blood stain.
All right.